Ryan Gosling, 45 years in 2026, co-star tension with Rachel McAdams, 48 years in 2026. Leonardo DiCaprio, 52 years in 2026, co-star tension with Claire Danes, 47 years in 2026. Patrick Swayze, deceased, would be 74 years in 2026, co-star tension with Jennifer Grey, 66 years in 2026. Dustin Hoffman, 89 years in 2026, co-star tension with Meryl Streep, 77 years in 2026. Julia Roberts, 59 years in 2026, co-star tension with Nick Nolte, 85 years in 2026. Bruce Willis, deceased, will be 71 years in 2026, co-star tension with Sybil Shepherd, 76 years in 2026. Charlize Theron, 51 years in 2026, co-star tension with Tom Hardy, 49 years in 2026. Angelina Jolie, 51 years in 2026, co-star tension with Johnny Depp, 63 years in 2026. Harrison Ford, 84 years in 2026, co-star tension with Sean Young, 67 years in 2026. Bill Murray, 76 years in 2026, co-star tension with Lucy Liu, 58 years in 2026. Tony Curtis, deceased, would be 101 years in 2026, co-star tension with Marilyn Monroe, deceased, would be 100 years in 2026. Sharon Stone, 68 years in 2026, co-star tension with William Baldwin, 63 years in 2026. Deborah Winger, 71 years in 2026, co-star tension with Richard Gere, 77 years in 2026. Bette Davis, deceased, would be 118 years in 2026, co-star tension with Joan Crawford, deceased, would be 121 years in 2026. Ryan Reynolds, 50 years in 2026, co-star tension with Wesley Snipes, 64 years in 2026. Tommy Lee Jones, 80 years in 2026, co-star tension with Jim Carrey, 64 years in 2026. Nicole Kidman, 59 years in 2026, co-star tension with Joaquin Phoenix, 52 years in 2026. James Franco, 48 years in 2026, co-star tension with Anne Hathaway, 44 years in 2026. Chevy Chase, 83 years in 2026, co-star tension with Beverly D'Angelo, 75 years in 2026. Will Smith, 58 years in 2026, co-star tension with Janet Hubert, 70 years in 2026. David Duchovny, 66 years in 2026. Co-star Tension with Gillian Anderson, 58 years in 2026. Tom Cruise, 64 years in 2026. Co-star Tension with Kelly McGillis, 69 years in 2026. Shia LaBeouf, 40 years in 2026. Co-star Tension with Megan Fox, 40 years in 2026. Al Pacino, 86 years in 2026. Co-star Tension with Diane Keaton, 80 years in 2026. Hugh Grant, 66 years in 2026. Co-star Tension with Julia Roberts, 59 years in 2026. Sylvester Stallone, 80 years in 2026. Co-star Tension with Sharon Stone, 68 years in 2026. Deborah Kerr, deceased, would be 105 years in 2026. Co-star Tension with Burt Lancaster, deceased, would be 113 years in 2026. Faye Dunaway, 85 years in 2026. Co-star Tension with Jack Nicholson, 89 years in 2026. George Clooney, 65 years in 2026. Co-star Tension with Michelle Pfeiffer, 68 years in 2026. Marlon Brando, deceased, would be 102 years in 2026. Co-star Tension with Vivian Lee, deceased, would be 113 years in 2026. Emma Watson, 36 years in 2026. Co-star Tension with Channing Tatum, 46 years in 2026. Steve McQueen, deceased, will be 96 years in 2026. Co-star Tension with Ollie McGraw, 87 years in 2026. Jennifer Aniston, 57 years in 2026. Co-star Tension with Jay Moore, 55 years in 2026. Katharine Hepburn, deceased, would be 119 years in 2026. Co-star Tension with Spencer Tracy, deceased, would be 126 years in 2026.